Welcome to the Word for Life podcast, a daily devotional covering the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation.
In Joshua chapter 3, we read how the people of Israel crossed Jordan. The strategy was very simple. All that the people of Israel needed to do was see and follow the Ark of the Covenant carried by the priests. The priests were the important guides here because people did not know how to cross Jordan and even did not know the way to Jordan. In verse 3 and 4, we read, "When you see the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord your God and the Levitical priests carrying it, you are to move out from your positions and follow it. Then you will know which way to go, since you have never been this way before." The Lord also said in verse 13, "And as soon as the priests who carry the ark of the Lord of all the earth, set foot in the Jordan, its waters flowing downstream will be cut off and stand up in a heap." Friends, that is what happened. The priests carried the Ark of the Covenant and walked ahead of the people. Interestingly, verse 15 says, "Now the Jordan was at flood stage, yet as soon as the priests who carried the ark reached the Jordan and their feet touched the water's edge, the water from upstream stopped flowing." And so the people crossed over opposite Jericho. In the previous chapter, we witnessed the faith of Rahab. She had only heard how God had parted the Red Sea and gave military victories to Israel. Yet, only by hearing about God, she believed. In the previous chapter, chapter 2, verse 11, she called the Lord as, "The Lord your God is God in heaven above and on the earth below." Now, like her, Israel, Joshua, and especially the priests put their faith in the Lord when He said that the river Jordan will stop flowing even when it is at flood stage. They believed the Lord and walked towards Jordan. Friends, this was a new generation of Israelites. Unlike the previous generation who rebelled against Moses at the Red Sea, this generation trusted the Lord. But the chapter highlights how the Levitical priests led the way. They were the ones who first trusted the Lord, and the new generation of Israelites followed them. The priests were the ones who put their foot on the water first. Friends, our faith and obedience to God will certainly inspire others to trust and obey the Lord. Several people in the Bible sacrificially led the way of faith. Life was not easy for them. What the Lord asked them to do was not easy, yet they traversed the path of faith. The Apostle Paul showed the way to young Timothy. In 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5 to 7, he says, "But you, Timothy, keep your head in all situations, endure hardship, do the work of an evangelist, discharge all the duties of your ministry." And in verse 6, Paul points at himself as the example. Verse 6 we read, "For I am already being poured out like a drink offering, and the time for my departure is near. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith." Friends, for a believer, his walk of faith might seem difficult, but a believer still follows the Lord because he knows that others are following him.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Word for Life podcast.